The African savanna stretches endlessly beneath a vast, ever-changing sky, its golden plains bathed in the first light of dawn. Here the land is both breathtaking and unforgiving, a living tapestry where the fate of every creature is woven into the fabric of survival. Under the immense dome of blue, the savanna's grasses ripple in the wind, punctuated by the iconic silhouettes of acacia trees. These trees, with their umbrella-shaped canopies, provide vital shade and nourishment for countless animals, from browsing giraffes to nesting birds. The savanna is a land of extremes. Torrential rains transform the earth into a lush emerald sea, awakening dormant seeds and filling seasonal rivers. In stark contrast, the dry season brings relentless sun, turning the ground to dust and shrinking waterholes to muddy lifelines, where competition for every drop intensifies. Life here is governed by ancient cycles. Dung beetles labor tirelessly, recycling nutrients and aerating the soil. Elephants, the architects of the savanna, uproot trees and dig for water, shaping the landscape for all. Swarms of insects pollinate flowers and provide food for birds, lizards, and mammals alike. The air vibrates with the calls of the wild. At dawn, the thunderous roar of a lion echoes across the plains, a proclamation of territory and power. As dusk falls, the eerie whoops of hyenas signal the start of their nightly patrols, while elephants trumpet in the distance, communicating across miles. This is the savage kingdom, an ecosystem of breathtaking beauty and relentless challenge, where every sunrise brings new opportunities and dangers. The savanna's balance is a marvel of natural engineering. Invisible trails, worn by generations of hooves and paws, crisscross the plains, connecting water, food, and shelter. Herds and predators alike navigate this intricate network, their movements shaping the very structure of the ecosystem. Predators and prey are locked in a perpetual contest. Lions stalk the tall grass, their golden coats blending seamlessly with the sunlit savanna. Cheetahs, built for speed, explode into action, chasing down gazelles in breathtaking bursts. Each hunt is a test of skill, endurance, and luck. Grazers like wildebeest and zebra move in vast herds, their constant feeding keeping the grasses short and healthy. Their migrations fertilize the soil, and their vigilance helps protect the group from lurking predators. Predators, from the powerful lion pride to the solitary leopard, play a crucial role. By culling the weak and the sick, they prevent overgrazing and maintain the health of both prey populations and the land itself. Scavengers, often misunderstood, are the savanna's unsung heroes. Hyenas and vultures swiftly clean up carcasses, halting the spread of disease and returning vital nutrients to the earth. Every moment is charged with consequence. A wildebeest giving birth must do so quickly, as predators are never far. A single chase can determine the fate of both hunter and hunted, while the birth of new life ensures the cycle continues. The web of life here is intricate and ever-shifting. As seasons change, so do alliances and rivalries. Elephants dig waterholes that benefit antelope and birds. Oxpeckers ride on buffalo, picking off parasites, while mongoose form coalitions to fend off snakes. The diversity of life is astonishing. At a single watering hole, dozens of species gather, each with its own strategies for survival, each playing a unique role in the ecosystem's health. Giants roam these plains. Elephants travel in matriarchal herds, their memories guiding them to hidden water. Giraffes browse the treetops, their long necks reaching where few others can. Speed is a matter of life and death. Cheetahs, the fastest land animals, rely on explosive acceleration, while antelope and gazelle evade with agile leaps and sudden turns. Intelligence and cooperation are equally vital. Elephant herds communicate with low rumbles, coordinating movements over great distances. Baboons groom and form alliances, while lionesses hunt together, using strategy and teamwork to bring down formidable prey. The Great Migration is a spectacle of survival. Hundreds of thousands of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle traverse perilous rivers and predator-filled plains, driven by the search for fresh grazing and water. Solitary hunters, like the leopard, rely on patience and stealth, melting into the shadows to ambush unsuspecting prey. Each hunt is a delicate balance of risk and reward. Family bonds are strong. Lionesses nurture their cubs in hidden dens. Elephant mothers fiercely protect their calves, and wildebeest form living shields around their young during migrations. Adaptation is the key to survival. Giraffes' long necks allow them to reach untouched leaves. Elephants' trunks are tools for feeding and drinking, and cheetahs' spotted coats provide perfect camouflage in the tall grass. To witness these interactions is to glimpse the raw, unfiltered power of nature, a world where every moment is a testament to resilience and ingenuity. Our journey will take us deep into the heart of this untamed realm, revealing the hidden dramas and subtle connections that sustain life on the savannah. We will explore the lives of the savannah's most iconic inhabitants, the misunderstood hyena, the regal lion, the wise elephant, and the lightning-fast cheetah, each with their own story of adaptation and survival. We will follow the epic migrations, where herds thunder across the plains, braving crocodile-infested rivers and prowling predators in a relentless quest for sustenance. Along the way, we will meet the lesser-known but equally vital players, wild dogs with their intricate social bonds, antelope with their keen senses, and vultures that keep the land clean. Yet this world faces mounting challenges. Shrinking waterholes force animals into ever-closer quarters, increasing tension and competition. Wildfires, both natural and intensified by changing climates, sweep across the plains, reshaping habitats and testing the resilience of all who live here. But hope endures. Nature's resilience is matched by the adaptability of its creatures. Protected reserves and natural sanctuaries offer safe havens, where the wonders of the savannah can continue to unfold, and the delicate balance of this wild kingdom is preserved for generations yet to come. In the heart of the African savannah, the spotted hyena stands as one of nature's most enigmatic and misjudged rulers. Her reputation, shaped by myth and misunderstanding, belies a reality far more complex and remarkable. The matriarch's silhouette, often glimpsed at dusk, is instantly recognizable. Her sloping back and powerful build moving with purpose through the tall grass. The infamous laugh that echoes across the plains is not a sign of mischief, but a sophisticated language, a tool for communication and coordination within her clan. Far from the cowardly scavenger of legend, the matriarch is a leader forged by necessity and intelligence. Her vigilance is constant, her decisions shaping the fate of every member of her clan. She orchestrates complex hunts, guiding her clan with subtle cues and vocalizations. The matriarch's strategies are adaptive, sometimes leading a stealthy ambush, other times driving prey into the waiting jaws of her kin. More than 60% of the clan's meals are earned through their own prowess. The matriarch's leadership ensures that even the most formidable prey can be brought down through teamwork and relentless determination. Her role extends beyond the hunt. The matriarch maintains order, mediating disputes and reinforcing the intricate hierarchy that governs clan life. Her presence is a source of stability, her authority rarely challenged. Cooperation is the foundation of her reign. The matriarch fosters alliances, rewards loyalty, and ensures that the spoils of the hunt are distributed according to rank. Her strength is matched by her ability to unite the clan in the face of adversity. In hyena society, the matriarch's dominance is absolute. She leads not by brute force alone, but through a blend of experience, cunning, and social intelligence. Her rank is inherited, passed from mother to daughter, ensuring a lineage of powerful females. The matriarch's daughters are groomed for leadership from birth, learning the subtle art of command through observation and participation. The matriarch is fiercely protective of her offspring. She invests heavily in their survival, providing nourishment and guidance during their most vulnerable months. Males, by contrast, occupy the periphery of clan life. The matriarch's authority relegates them to the lowest ranks, and their future depends on their ability to navigate the complex social web she oversees. Upon reaching maturity, young males are compelled to leave, embarking on solitary journeys across the savannah. Their quest to join a new clan is fraught with danger, and acceptance is never guaranteed. The matriarch's strict enforcement of hierarchy is not cruelty, but a necessity. It brings order to a world where chaos and competition are ever present. From the moment of birth, the matriarch's influence is felt. Cubs are born into a world of rivalry, their first battles fought over access to their mother's rich milk. With eyes open and teeth bared, the cubs engage in fierce competition. The matriarch intervenes only when necessary, allowing natural selection to shape the next generation of leaders. Siblicide is a harsh reality, especially among same-sex siblings. Only the strongest survive, a testament to the unforgiving environment the matriarch must navigate. The matriarch's milk is among the richest in the animal kingdom, sustaining her cubs through their earliest trials. Yet its scarcity ensures that only the most determined will thrive. For months, the matriarch's young remain hidden in communal dens, shielded from predators by the vigilance of the clan. Here they learn the first lessons of survival and social order. Play and observation are vital. Under the matriarch's watchful gaze, cubs practice the skills they will need to one day claim their place in the hierarchy. The matriarch's role extends to the health of the ecosystem itself. By leading her clan to consume every part of a carcass, she ensures that nothing is wasted and disease is kept at bay. Her jaws, capable of crushing the densest bones, are a marvel of evolution. The matriarch's ability to access nutrients locked within bone and hoof gives her clan a vital edge in times of scarcity. The matriarch's digestive system is equally formidable, neutralizing toxins and bacteria that would fell lesser predators. This unique adaptation allows her clan to thrive where others falter. By removing decaying matter, the matriarch and her clan play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the savannah, preventing the spread of disease and supporting the cycle of life. The misunderstood matriarch is not merely a survivor, but a keystone of her world, a leader whose strength, intelligence and resilience shape the destiny of her clan and the very landscape they call home. The lion, with its magnificent mane and earth-shaking roar, stands as the undisputed king of the African savannah. Its presence alone commands respect, and its reputation as the apex predator is well earned through generations of adaptation and survival. As the apex predator, the lion occupies the highest tier of the food chain, embodying both strength and majesty. Its dominance is not simply a matter of brute force, but the result of intricate social structures, refined hunting strategies, and a relentless drive to survive in one of the world's most challenging environments. Life for a lion is a daily battle. Every day brings new challenges, competition for territory, the constant threat of injury, and the ever-present need to secure food. Even the most powerful lions must contend with the harsh realities of the wild, where only the most adaptable and resilient survive. Central to the lion's success is the pride, a complex social unit that is unique among big cats. The pride is typically composed of related females, their offspring, and a coalition of one or more males. This structure provides stability, protection, and a foundation for cooperative living. The pride's cooperative nature is its greatest asset. Lionesses, often sisters or cousins, form the core of the group and work together to hunt, raise cubs, and defend their territory. Males, while fewer in number, play a crucial role in protecting the pride from rival coalitions and other threats. This unity transforms the pride into a formidable force. When danger looms, lions instinctively band together, forming a living shield around their most vulnerable members. Their vigilance and cooperation are the keys to their survival in a landscape teeming with threats. Hunting is a sophisticated operation, orchestrated with precision and teamwork. Lionesses are the primary hunters, leveraging their agility, stealth, and coordination to bring down prey much larger than themselves. Each hunt begins with careful observation. Lionesses study herds from a distance, identifying the most vulnerable individuals, often the old, the young, or the injured. They then fan out, using the tall grass and the cover of dusk or night to conceal their approach. Stealth is paramount. The lionesses move silently, communicating with subtle gestures and low growls. When the moment is right, they launch a coordinated attack, relying on speed and power to close the distance in seconds. Success is never guaranteed. With a hunting success rate of just 15 to 30%, every attempt is a high-stakes gamble. Precision, timing, and teamwork are essential, as a failed hunt means another day without food. The lionesses employ tactics of ambush and encirclement, working together to isolate and confuse their target. By cutting off escape routes and creating chaos within the herd, they increase their chances of a successful kill. While the females execute the hunt, the male's role is often that of a powerful distraction. His imposing presence and thunderous roar can scatter herds, breaking their defensive formations and driving prey toward the waiting lionesses. The male's sheer size and dark mane are intimidating, capable of inducing panic among even the largest herds. This strategic use of fear and confusion is a testament to the lion's intelligence and adaptability as a predator. Beyond hunting, the pride serves as a nursery and a school for the next generation. Cubs are born blind and helpless, relying entirely on the protection and care of the pride. The early months of a cub's life are fraught with danger. Rival lions, hyenas, and even snakes pose constant threats. Only through the collective vigilance of the pride do most cubs survive these perilous beginnings. Adult lions take turns guarding the cubs, with some females remaining behind while others hunt. This rotation ensures that the young are never left unprotected, and any intruder is met with fierce resistance. The defense of the cubs is relentless. Lionesses will risk their lives to confront predators, using their strength and numbers to drive off any threat that dares approach the pride's future. As cubs grow, they begin to mimic the adults, practicing stalking and pouncing in play. These early lessons are vital, as only the most skilled and socially adept will survive to adulthood and contribute to the pride. The adult's constant vigilance and guidance provide the best possible chance for the cubs to reach maturity. The pride's collective strength is the foundation upon which each new generation is built. As apex predators, lions are vital to the health of the savannah. By preying on large herbivores, they regulate populations and prevent overgrazing, which in turn preserves the delicate balance of the ecosystem. Their predation targets the weakest members of herds, ensuring that only the fittest survive and that resources are not depleted by overpopulation. In areas where lions have disappeared, the effects are dramatic. Herbivore numbers swell, grasslands are stripped bare, and the entire ecosystem suffers. The lion's presence is a keystone, holding the intricate web of life together. The health of the lion population is a direct reflection of the savannah's vitality. A thriving pride signals a landscape in balance, where predator and prey coexist in a dynamic, ever-evolving relationship. In the golden light of dawn, a pride of lions stands as a living testament to the power of cooperation, strategy, and resilience. Here, in the untamed heart of the savannah, the lion reigns supreme, not just as a hunter, but as the ultimate guardian of the plains, shaping the destiny of an entire ecosystem. Elephants, the undisputed titans of the terrestrial world, command the savannah with a presence that is both awe-inspiring and essential to the ecosystem's delicate balance. Their immense size is matched only by the profound influence they exert on the land and its inhabitants. These gentle giants are deeply social, living in matriarchal family units that can include mothers, daughters, aunts, and calves. Their bonds are forged through years of shared experience, mutual care, and intricate communication, creating a tapestry of relationships that is both resilient and nurturing. At the heart of each herd stands the matriarch, a figure of wisdom and authority. Her leadership is not merely symbolic, it is the result of decades of accumulated knowledge passed down through generations. The matriarch's memory is a living archive, storing the locations of ephemeral waterholes, the safest migration corridors, and the seasonal rhythms of the savannah. Her decisions can mean the difference between survival and peril for her family. As the seasons shift, the matriarch leads her herd across vast distances, navigating the ever-changing landscape. Her guidance ensures that the youngest calves and the oldest members alike endure the extremes of drought and the abundance of the rains. The herd's unity is a marvel of cooperation. Each member plays a role. Older siblings help care for calves, while adults shield the vulnerable from predators and the harsh sun. Their synchronized movements reflect a deep-seated trust and interdependence. Elephants are not passive residents of the savannah. They are its master architects. Their daily routines, feeding, traveling, and socializing, reshape the environment in ways that ripple through the entire ecosystem. As they traverse the grasslands, elephants trample dense undergrowth, uproot shrubs and break branches, opening up pathways and creating a mosaic of habitats that support a diversity of life. Their strength is legendary. By toppling trees to access nutritious foliage, elephants clear space for sunlight to nurture new grasses and wildflowers. These clearings become vital grazing grounds for countless other species, from antelope to birds. The aftermath of their foraging is a boon for the savannah. New growth flourishes in their wake, and smaller herbivores thrive in the open spaces and fresh vegetation that elephants leave behind. An adult elephant's appetite is prodigious, consuming up to 300 pounds of plant matter daily. This relentless grazing curbs the spread of woody plants, preserving the open grasslands that define the savannah and sustain its rich biodiversity. Water is the lifeblood of the savannah, and elephants are its most skilled seekers. Their acute sense of smell and memory guide them to hidden reserves, even when the surface appears barren. In the relentless heat of the dry season, when rivers shrink to dust and ponds vanish, the land becomes a crucible of survival. Many animals face thirst and starvation, but elephants possess the tools and knowledge to endure. The matriarch's leadership is never more vital than in these times. She recalls the locations of ancient riverbeds and leads her family with unwavering determination, often traveling for days in search of water. Upon reaching a dry riverbed, the matriarch assesses the land, reading subtle cues in the sand and air. Her instincts, honed by years of experience, guide the herd to the precise spot where water lies hidden below. With powerful trunks and sturdy feet, elephants excavate deep wells, sometimes several feet into the earth. These waterholes become lifelines, sustaining not only the herd but a multitude of other creatures. The wells they create transform the landscape, attracting zebras, antelopes, warthogs, and birds. In the harshest months, these oases are the difference between life and death for many species, a testament to the elephant's role as ecological engineers. Communication within the herd is equally sophisticated. Elephants employ a rich vocabulary of trumpets, rumbles, and subsonic calls, each conveying subtle shades of emotion, intent, and information. Their infrasonic rumbles travel for miles, undetectable to most other animals, allowing herds to coordinate movements, warn of danger, or announce the birth of a calf across vast distances. Elephants are attuned to the subtlest vibrations, able to sense distant thunder, the approach of other herds, or the tremors of migrating animals. This sensitivity helps them anticipate changes in weather and the movements of the savannah's inhabitants. As dawn breaks over the endless plains, the calls of elephants echo across the land, a silent language binding families, shaping the environment, and sustaining the intricate web of life that defines the untamed savannah. The cheetah is an animal engineered for a singular, breathtaking purpose: speed. Every aspect of its existence is shaped by the relentless pursuit of velocity, making it the undisputed sprinter of the savannah. With a body sculpted by evolution, the cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth. Its slender frame, deep chest, and lightweight bones reduce drag and maximize acceleration, while its small, aerodynamic head slices through the air with minimal resistance. In a single explosive burst, the cheetah can rocket from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. Its powerful hind limbs act like coiled springs, propelling it forward with astonishing force, while its flexible spine flexes and extends, lengthening each stride to over 20 feet. The cheetah's spine is a marvel of nature, acting as a dynamic spring that stores and releases energy with every leap. This flexibility allows the cheetah to cover ground with a fluid, almost effortless motion, each stride a testament to its evolutionary refinement. Its long, muscular tail is more than just a counterbalance. It is a precision instrument swinging like a rudder to stabilize the cheetah during high-speed chases and enabling split-second changes in direction as it pursues agile prey. Unlike other cats, the cheetah's claws are only semi-retractable, functioning like cleats to dig into the earth and provide unmatched traction. Each step is anchored by these specialized claws, preventing slips during the most critical moments of the hunt. The cheetah is a specialist in a world of generalists, sacrificing brute strength for the ability to outpace any rival. It relies on stealth and patience, stalking its quarry with calculated precision, often using the cover of tall grass or the undulating terrain to remain unseen until the final moment. But this incredible speed comes at a steep cost. The cheetah's body is built for short, intense sprints, not for endurance. After a chase, it is left gasping for breath, muscles burning, and utterly spent. Its heart pounds at over 200 beats per minute, and its body temperature soars dangerously high. The cheetah must seek shade and rest, vulnerable and exposed, as it recovers from the exertion. A typical chase is a brief, electrifying spectacle, rarely lasting more than 30 seconds. If the prey escapes beyond this window, the cheetah must abandon the pursuit, unable to sustain the effort without risking collapse. During these sprints, the cheetah's respiratory rate skyrockets, and heat radiates from its body in shimmering waves. The risk of overheating is ever present, making each hunt a gamble between success and survival. When a hunt is successful, the cheetah is left utterly drained. It collapses beside its kill, eyes half closed, every muscle trembling from the effort. Only after precious minutes of rest can it begin to feed. This period of recovery is fraught with danger. The cheetah must remain alert, constantly scanning for threats, as the scent of blood quickly draws the attention of larger predators. Despite its vulnerabilities, the cheetah is a formidable hunter. With a success rate approaching 50%, it is among the most efficient predators on the Savannah, relying on explosive speed and pinpoint timing to bring down fleet-footed prey like gazelles and impalas. Yet time is always against it. The cheetah must devour its meal rapidly, tearing into the flesh with sharp teeth, always glancing over its shoulder for the approach of scavengers or rivals. For the cheetah mother, the stakes are even higher. She must not only hunt for herself, but also for her vulnerable cubs, who depend entirely on her for nourishment and protection. The odds are stacked against the young. Up to 90% of cheetah cubs will not survive to adulthood, falling victim to predation, starvation, or the harsh realities of the savannah. Born blind and helpless, the cubs are hidden away in secluded lairs, tall grass, rocky outcrops, or dense thickets, where their only defense is their mother's vigilance and the hope of remaining undetected. But even the most secretive den offers little protection from the relentless search of lions, leopards, and hyenas, all of whom see cheetah cubs as easy prey and future competition. These formidable predators will not hesitate to eliminate cheetah cubs if discovered, ensuring their own dominance in the struggle for food and territory. The mother cheetah is ever watchful, frequently relocating her cubs to new hiding places and braving long solitary hunts to provide for them. Her life is a constant cycle of vigilance, movement, and sacrifice. Despite their extraordinary adaptations, cheetahs are among Africa's most vulnerable big cats. Their specialization in speed leaves them ill-equipped to defend themselves or their kills from the larger, more powerful carnivores that share their world. When confronted by lions or hyenas at a kill site, the cheetah has little choice but to retreat, surrendering its hard-won meal to avoid injury or death. This relentless theft, kleptoparasitism, forces the cheetah to hunt more often, further taxing its limited energy reserves and increasing its exposure to danger. In a landscape shaped by competition and survival, the cheetah's existence is a delicate balance. Habitat loss and conflict with other species have pushed its population to the brink, making every successful hunt and every surviving cub a hard-fought victory in the ongoing race for life on the untamed savannah. The Great Migration stands as one of the planet's most extraordinary natural events, a living river of life that surges across the African savannah year after year in a cycle as old as time itself. This relentless circular odyssey is undertaken by millions of animals, each compelled by the unyielding need to find fresh grazing and life-sustaining water. The journey is not a simple migration, but a perpetual quest for survival, dictated by the rhythm of the rains and the pulse of the land. At the heart of this epic movement are over 1.5 million blue wildebeest, joined by hundreds of thousands of plains zebras and a smaller nimble contingent of gazelles. Together, they form a living tapestry that sweeps across the savannah, their fates intertwined. The rains are the invisible conductor of this grand migration. As storm clouds gather and break over the Serengeti Mara ecosystem, the herds follow, traversing more than 1,000 miles in a continuous loop that spans international borders and diverse habitats. This is no leisurely trek. The journey is a desperate pilgrimage, fraught with danger and hardship. The animals must cross arid plains, rocky outcrops, and treacherous rivers, each step a test of endurance and will. Predators lie in wait at every turn. Lions and cheetahs stalk the herds on the open plains, while crocodiles lurk in the murky depths of rivers, ready to strike as the animals make their perilous crossings. Each crossing is a gauntlet, where only the strongest and luckiest survive. The wildebeest are the driving force of the migration, a keystone species whose vast numbers shape the very landscape. Their grazing patterns sculpt the grasslands, influencing the growth of vegetation and the distribution of nutrients across the ecosystem. From January to March, the herds converge in the southern Serengeti and the Ndutu region for a synchronized calving season. Here, in the safety of numbers, over 500,000 calves are born within a few short weeks, with as many as 8,000 new lives entering the world each day. This phenomenon, known as prey swamping, is a remarkable survival strategy. By overwhelming predators with sheer numbers, the herds ensure that enough calves survive to sustain the next generation, even as danger lurks on every side. Despite these defenses, the plains become a battleground. Lions, hyenas, and cheetahs seize the opportunity, and an estimated 40% of the young wildebeest will not survive their first year. The struggle for life is unending, and every day is a test of resilience. The survivors press on, moving as a unified force. The migration is not just a journey for the wildebeest, but a lifeline for countless other species that depend on the abundance it brings. Plains zebras often travel alongside the wildebeest, acting as pathfinders for the migration. Their keen senses and social structure help guide the herds through the most challenging terrain. Zebras prefer the tougher, longer grasses, effectively mowing them down and exposing the tender, more nutritious shoots that the wildebeest favor. This symbiotic relationship allows both species to thrive, each benefiting from the presence of the other. The herds move as one, their combined presence a living shield against predators, and a force that shapes the very fabric of the savannah. The zebra's iconic black and white stripes serve a vital purpose. In the chaos of a moving herd, the shifting patterns confuse predators, making it difficult for them to single out an individual target. Together, zebras and wildebeest create a shimmering, ever-changing tapestry across the golden plains, a spectacle of movement and survival. The savanna is also home to other remarkable herbivores, each playing a unique role in this interconnected web of life. The Maasai giraffe, the tallest land animal on Earth, is a browser, not a grazer. With their towering necks, giraffes feed on the leaves of acacia trees, high above the reach of other animals. Their selective browsing helps to prune the trees and regulate the canopy, maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. By shaping the treetops, giraffes create habitats for birds and insects, further enriching the diversity of the savanna. African buffalo, meanwhile, move in formidable herds. Their collective strength and defensive strategies make them a force to be reckoned with, deterring even the most determined predators. When threatened, buffalo form a protective circle around their young, presenting a wall of sharp horns to any would-be attacker. This unity is a testament to the power of cooperation in the wild. Each species, from the smallest gazelle to the towering giraffe and the mighty buffalo, plays a vital part in the endless journey for life. Their interconnected lives sustain the savanna, weaving a complex, ever-evolving tapestry of survival, adaptation, and resilience. Here, every step, every birth, and every challenge is part of a greater story, one that has unfolded for millennia and continues unbroken across the untamed heart of Africa. Beyond the iconic lions and elephants, the African savanna is a living tapestry, woven from countless species whose lives are interlocked in a complex, ever-shifting symphony of survival. Every day, each animal must navigate a world of opportunity and danger, where the balance of life and death is maintained by a web of interactions more intricate than any orchestra. The leopard, a solitary phantom, is the embodiment of stealth and adaptability. Its existence depends on remaining unseen, blending seamlessly into the dappled light and shadow of the savanna. Its rosette-patterned coat is not just beautiful, it is a masterstroke of evolution, allowing the leopard to vanish into the undergrowth, invisible to both prey and rival predators. This camouflage is its shield and its weapon. Unlike the social lions, leopards are patient, solitary hunters. They rely on calculated ambushes, using silence and surprise to close the gap between themselves and their quarry, often waiting for hours for the perfect moment to strike. Once a kill is made, the leopard's immense strength comes into play. To avoid losing its meal to opportunistic scavengers like hyenas, it hoists prey, sometimes heavier than itself, high into the branches. Here the leopard dines in solitude, safe from the chaos below. In stark contrast, African wild dogs thrive on cooperation. These canids are among the savanna's most efficient hunters, their success rooted in unity and relentless pursuit. Each pack is a tightly knit family, governed by a dominant alpha pair. Social bonds are reinforced through constant interaction, grooming, and ritualized greetings, ensuring cohesion during the hunt. Their hunting strategy is a marvel of coordination. The pack fans out using speed and endurance to run down prey, often covering vast distances. Each member has a role. Some drive the quarry, others cut off escape routes. Communication is constant. High-pitched calls and body language keep the pack synchronized, allowing them to adapt their tactics in real time as the chase unfolds across the open plains. After a successful hunt, the spoils are shared. Every member, from the strongest adult to the youngest pup, receives a portion, reinforcing the pack's unity and ensuring the survival of the next generation. The pack's care extends beyond the hunt. Adults regurgitate meat for pups and even for injured or sick members, a rare display of altruism in the animal kingdom that strengthens the group's resilience. This extraordinary social structure built on cooperation and empathy has made wild dogs formidable predators. Yet, despite their prowess, they are now among the most endangered carnivores on the continent. Above, vultures soar on thermals, their sharp eyes scanning the land for the faintest sign of death. These scavengers are the savanna's unsung custodians, vital to the health of the ecosystem. With eyesight that can spot a carcass from miles away, vultures are among the first to arrive at a kill. Their role is not just to feed, but to prevent disease by swiftly removing decaying flesh from the landscape. At a carcass, a hierarchy emerges. Multiple vulture species gather, each adapted to a specific niche. Some tear through tough hide, others clean up the scraps, ensuring nothing is wasted. The lappet-faced vulture, with its powerful beak, is the first to break open a carcass, paving the way for smaller species like the white-backed vulture to access the feast. Their bald heads and necks are a perfect adaptation for a scavenger's life, preventing blood and gore from matting their feathers and reducing the risk of infection. In a matter of minutes, a flock of vultures can strip a carcass to the bone, halting the spread of deadly diseases like anthrax and rabies. Their efficiency is unmatched, making them the savannah's silent guardians. The savannah is also home to creatures whose survival depends on sheer resilience and audacity. These animals are living testaments to the power of adaptation. The rhinoceros, a living relic of a prehistoric age, is an herbivore, armored with thick skin and a formidable horn. While it grazes in apparent tranquility, it is always alert, ready to defend itself with explosive force if threatened. The honey badger, small but fearless, is renowned for its tenacity. It will confront predators many times its size, relying on its loose, tough skin and powerful jaws to escape or fight back. Even when defending its young, the honey badger shows no hesitation, using agility and aggression to deter lions, leopards, and other threats. Its reputation for fearlessness is well earned. From the venomous puff adder, whose camouflage makes it a master of ambush, to the indomitable rhinoceros, each species has carved out a unique strategy for survival. Together, they form a living network, a food web where every action ripples outward, shaping the fate of the entire ecosystem. In this untamed kingdom, survival is not a solo act, but a symphony played out every day on the grand stage of the savannah. The African savannah, with its endless horizons and golden light, is a realm shaped by millennia of natural forces. Yet today, this ancient landscape faces unprecedented environmental threats that test the resilience of every living creature within its borders. The most profound of these challenges is the relentless loss and fragmentation of habitat. Once continuous grasslands are now divided by roads, fences, and expanding agriculture, severing the lifelines that have guided migrations for generations. Elephants, wild dogs, and countless other species find their ancient routes blocked, their territories shrinking with each passing year. Layered atop this is the mounting pressure of climate change. The savannah's delicate balance, once governed by predictable cycles of rain and drought, is now thrown into chaos. Rains arrive late or not at all, and when they do, they may come in violent bursts, carving deep scars into the earth and washing away precious topsoil. Prolonged droughts parch the land, leaving waterholes dry and grass brittle. Herds of wildebeest and zebra, once thriving, now wander weakened and desperate in search of sustenance. Wildfires, fueled by the tinder-dry vegetation, sweep across the plains with increasing frequency and ferocity, reducing vast tracts of grassland to smouldering ash. The consequences ripple through the ecosystem. Grazers, weakened by hunger and thirst, fall prey to disease and predation. Birth rates plummet, and the very ground beneath their hooves cracks and trembles, a stark reminder of the instability that now defines their world. As if these environmental pressures were not enough, the savannah's giants face the ever-present menace of poaching. Elephants and rhinos, icons of the wild, are relentlessly pursued for their tusks and horns. The loss of even a single matriarch or dominant bull can unravel the social fabric of entire herds, leaving orphans and disrupting the delicate balance of life. Yet amid these trials, the savannah endures. white rhinos, once teetering on the edge of extinction, have staged a remarkable comeback, their survival a testament to the resilience of nature and the tireless efforts of those who protect them. Herds adapt, shifting their ranges and altering their behaviors in response to new threats, ever seeking out the resources they need to survive. The great migrations continue, though the paths are more perilous and the obstacles greater than ever before. The struggle for survival is now waged not only against the forces of nature, but against the far-reaching impacts of human activity and global change. In this untamed kingdom, adaptation is the key to resilience. Every species, from the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, must find new ways to endure. The future of the savannah will be shaped by those who can adapt, persist, and thrive in the face of relentless change. The story of the African savannah is not only one of loss, but of hope, of a wild world fighting to survive, and perhaps to flourish once more. As dawn breaks over the vast African savannah, the golden light reveals a landscape teeming with life, yet shadowed by uncertainty. The challenges are immense. Habitat loss, climate change, and relentless poaching threaten the very fabric of this ecosystem. But amidst these trials, a new chapter is unfolding, one defined by resilience, innovation, and the remarkable adaptability of the savannah's wild inhabitants. Across the plains, elephants demonstrate extraordinary ingenuity, using their trunks to dig deep into parched earth for hidden water, sustaining not only themselves but countless other species. Lions, ever resourceful, adapt their hunting strategies to shifting prey patterns, relying on intricate social bonds and silent communication to ensure the survival of the pride. The great migrations continue, as wildebeest, zebras and antelope traverse hundreds of miles in search of fresh grazing, their movements shaping the landscape and supporting a delicate balance. Giraffes, with their towering necks and nimble tongues, browse the treetops, pruning the acacias and dispersing seeds, playing a vital role in the regeneration of the savannah. Even the smallest creatures contribute to this fight for the future. Dung beetles recycle nutrients, aerating the soil and fostering new plant growth. Termites, master architects, build vast underground networks that store water and enrich the earth, supporting the entire ecosystem from below. Nature's cleanup crew, vultures and hyenas, play a crucial role in disease control, swiftly removing carcasses and preventing the spread of illness. Their presence is a testament to the interconnectedness of all life here, each species a vital thread in the savannah's tapestry. The next generation learns from the best. Cheetah mothers patiently teach their cubs the art of the chase, while leopards, masters of stealth, pass on their knowledge of camouflage and patience, ensuring that the wisdom of survival endures. The land itself is resilient. Seasonal rains transform the parched earth, coaxing new life from the soil. Baobab trees, ancient sentinels, store precious water in their trunks, offering sustenance to animals during the harshest droughts. Survival here is a collective effort. Buffalo herds band together to shield their young from predators, while meerkats post sentinels to warn of approaching threats, their vigilance a daily act of hope. Rivers, the lifeblood of the savannah, support a dazzling array of life. Hippos and crocodiles share the waterways with agile fish, while storks and herons hunt along the banks, their presence signaling the health of these vital arteries. Even after devastation, the savannah renews itself. Fires, though destructive, clear the way for new growth, and pollinators, bees and butterflies, ensure that life continues to flourish, carrying hope from flower to flower. The fight for the future is not waged by humans alone. It is a daily struggle, a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the animals and plants that call this place home. Their adaptability, their cooperation, and their will to survive are the true heart of the savannah's resilience. As the elephant matriarch leads her family across the open plain, she embodies the hope that endures here, a hope rooted in the wisdom of generations, in the strength of community, and in the promise of renewal. The sun sets on another day in the untamed Savannah, but the story is far from over. With every challenge met, every adaptation made, and every life protected, the future grows brighter for this wild kingdom. The roar of the lion still echoes across the plains, a powerful reminder that with perseverance and hope, the wonders of the savannah can endure for generations yet to come. As the last rays of sunlight slip beneath the horizon, the savannah transforms. Daytime's bustle fades, replaced by the soft chorus of insects and the gentle rustle of grass in the cool night breeze. For many, this is the end of the day, but for others, it is just the beginning. In the velvet darkness, the secret lives of the nocturnal savannah dwellers unfold, revealing a hidden world of extraordinary adaptation and delicate balance. The spotted hyena emerges from her den, her keen night vision and acute sense of smell guiding her through the shadows. She is not simply a scavenger, but a skilled hunter, using the cover of night to outmaneuver her prey and avoid the dominance of larger predators. Nearby, the elusive aardvark embarks on its nightly search for ants and termites. Equipped with powerful claws and a long, sticky tongue, it excavates intricate tunnels, aerating the soil and controlling insect populations. Its solitary journey is vital, quietly shaping the health of the savannah beneath the surface. A pair of bush babies leap between acacia branches, their oversized eyes absorbing every glimmer of starlight. With acute hearing and remarkable agility, they hunt for insects and fruit, their presence barely betrayed by the faintest rustle of leaves. These tiny primates are essential pollinators, ferrying pollen from flower to flower as they feed. In the open grass, the serval stalks with ghost-like precision. Its long legs and oversized ears are perfectly tuned for hunting in the dark, allowing it to detect the slightest movement of rodents hidden in the undergrowth. Each pounce is a lesson in patience and precision, maintaining the balance between predator and prey. Above, the night skies belong to the bat. Insect-eating species swoop and twist, guided by intricate echolocation, consuming thousands of pests and contributing to the health of the ecosystem with every flight. Fruit bats, meanwhile, disperse seeds across vast distances, ensuring the regeneration of the savannah's woodlands. Even the smallest creatures play their roles. The African giant millipede, protected by a hard exoskeleton, scours the forest floor for decaying plant matter, recycling nutrients and enriching the earth. Fireflies flicker gently, their bioluminescence a silent signal in the darkness, a language only the night can understand. Owls, masters of silent flight, patrol the darkness. Their feathers are shaped for stealth, their talons for precision. Each hunt maintains the delicate balance of small mammal populations. Their haunting calls a reminder that the night is alive with purpose. In this hidden world, survival depends on senses sharpened by evolution, behaviors honed by necessity, and a network of interactions as complex as any seen by day. The nocturnal savannah is a realm of resilience and ingenuity, where every creature, seen or unseen, plays a part in the ongoing story of life. As dawn approaches and the first songbirds herald the return of light, the night's inhabitants retreat to their shelters, leaving behind only subtle traces of their passage. The savannah rests, renewed by the unseen labors of its nocturnal guardians, proof that even in darkness life flourishes, and the intricate tapestry of the wild endures. At first glance, the savannah may appear divided between hunters and the hunted, but beneath the surface lies a far more intricate web, one where predators and scavengers are bound together in a delicate, ever-shifting dance. Their lives intersect at every turn, shaping the fate of the land and the creatures within it. At dawn, a pride of lions brings down a Cape buffalo. Their coordinated attack is a testament to strength and strategy, but the aftermath is equally compelling. The kill is never theirs alone for long. From the distant horizon, sharp-eyed vultures circle, their broad wings catching the rising thermals. Drawn by the promise of a meal, they are among the first to arrive, landing in cautious clusters around the feast. But before the vultures feed, the hyenas arrive. More than mere scavengers, these cunning mammals are formidable predators in their own right. Working together, they challenge the lions with bold vocalizations and relentless persistence. Sometimes sheer numbers tip the balance, allowing hyenas to claim the remains, their powerful jaws crushing bones that other animals leave behind. Jackals, ever opportunistic, linger at the periphery. They wait patiently, darting in to snatch small morsels when the larger competitors are distracted. Their agility and adaptability ensure they rarely leave empty-handed, thriving on scraps that would otherwise go to waste. This constant negotiation over food is more than competition. It is a system of checks and balances. Scavengers accelerate decomposition, clearing carcasses that could otherwise become breeding grounds for disease. Their presence keeps the savanna healthy, recycling nutrients back into the soil and supporting new growth. Yet, the relationships are not always adversarial. On occasion, lions tolerate vultures at their side, recognizing that the birds' sharp beaks can open tough hides, making it easier for all to feed. Likewise, vultures benefit from hyenas' ability to tear through sinew and bone, exposing the richest remains. Even the smallest players have their roles. Dung beetles arrive after the feast, rolling away the remains of the remains, tiny custodians ensuring nothing is wasted. Their work aerates the soil and fertilizes the grass, sustaining the very foundation of the food web. Each interaction, be it a standoff, a fleeting alliance, or a quiet act of resourcefulness, reflects the savanna's remarkable efficiency. Here, survival is not just about strength or speed, but about adaptability, timing, and an unspoken understanding between competitors. In this complex tapestry, every role is vital, every relationship shapes the future, and the line between predator and scavenger is blurred by necessity and ingenuity. The savanna endures, not in spite of these connections, but because of them, a testament to the power of nature's collaboration, where every meal is shared, every struggle has meaning, and every life is woven into the endless story of survival. Across the vast expanse of the savanna, time is marked not by the ticking of a clock, but by the rhythm of the seasons, a cycle that brings both abundance and adversity. Each year, the land undergoes a dramatic transformation, its character shaped by the alternating embrace of rain and drought. As the dry season tightens its grip, the earth cracks beneath the relentless sun, grasses wither to golden stubble, and dust dances on the wind. Waterholes shrink, drawing animals from miles around into uneasy proximity. Elephants, guided by memory and matriarchal wisdom, trek vast distances to find the last remaining pools. Giraffes stretch higher into the acacia canopy, stripping leaves that few others can reach. Many species alter their routines, moving mostly at dawn and dusk to conserve precious moisture. For predators, the dry season offers both opportunity and challenge. Prey animals are weakened by thirst, but so too are the hunters, who must travel further and expend more energy to make a kill. Scavengers thrive, their keen senses tuned to the faintest scent of mortality carried on the breeze. Yet, even in this time of scarcity, life endures. Certain plants have adapted to survive months without rain, their seeds lying dormant in the parched ground, awaiting the promise of renewal. And then, almost as if on cue, the sky changes. Distant thunder rumbles, and the first drops of rain turn dust to mud. The transformation is swift and profound. Within days, the brown landscape erupts into a sea of green. Grasses surge skyward, wildflowers bloom in sudden profusion, and dormant trees burst into leaf. For herbivores, the wet season is a time of plenty. Antelope, zebras, and wildebeest feast on the lush growth, their movements dictated by the shifting boundaries of fresh pasture. Many species give birth, synchronizing their young with the peak of abundance to give them the best chance of survival. Birds return in dazzling numbers, some migrating thousands of kilometers to breed and feed. Insects swarm, their brief lives fueling a cascade of activity up the food chain. Rivers swell, carving new channels and shaping the land anew. But abundance brings its own dangers. Tall grasses provide cover for stealthy predators, and swollen rivers can become deadly obstacles. The cycle of life and death continues, but the savanna's pulse beats stronger, sustained by the seasonal dance of drought and deluge. Through it all, every creature, plant, insect, mammal, and bird, has evolved to anticipate and adapt. Their stories are written in the patterns of migration, the timing of blooms, the strategies for survival honed over millennia. In the savanna, change is the only constant, and resilience is the key to life. Season after season, year after year, the landscape and its inhabitants are shaped by the eternal interplay of rain and sun, a testament to nature's enduring power and the remarkable adaptability of all who call this place home. Beneath the sun-baked grasses and the thundering hooves of the savanna's giants lies a world unseen, a labyrinth of tunnels, chambers, and secret lives. Here, in the cool, shadowed earth, a different kind of drama unfolds. The naked mole rat, nearly blind and perfectly adapted, navigates a maze of winding burrows. Its wrinkled skin and ever-growing teeth are tools for a life spent tunneling through hard-packed soil. Within these subterranean cities, hundreds of individuals cooperate in a colony ruled by a single breeding queen. Each mole rat has a role digging, defending, or tending to the young. Their tunnels stretch for kilometers, a vast network that provides safety from surface predators and the harsh extremes of temperature above. Elsewhere, the aardvark emerges at dusk, its long claws slicing through the earth in search of termites. These reclusive creatures are the engineers of the underground, excavating burrows large enough to shelter not only themselves, but also warthogs, reptiles, and even small antelopes seeking refuge from the midday heat. Once abandoned, these tunnels become vital lifelines for countless species, a testament to the interconnectedness of life below ground. But it is the insects who truly rule this hidden realm. Termite mounds rise above the surface like miniature skyscrapers, each one the product of millions of tiny architects. Below, vast galleries hum with activity, workers tending to fungus gardens, soldiers standing guard, queens laying thousands of eggs each day. The temperature and humidity inside these mounds remain constant, regulated by a complex system of vents and tunnels, even as the savanna outside swings between extremes. Ants, too, carve intricate colonies, their chambers stocked with seeds, their tunnels branching in all directions. Some farm aphids or cultivate fungi, others stage raids on the neighboring nests, their battles unseen by the world above. Dung beetles, small but mighty, tunnel beneath fresh droppings, rolling balls of nourishment underground, to feed their young and enrich the soil. Plant roots twist and turn through this dark world seeking water and nutrients. Fungi form vast networks, connecting roots and recycling dead matter. Earthworms and other decomposers labor in silence, breaking down the detritus of life and returning it to the cycle of renewal. Here, beneath the savanna, survival depends on adaptation, cooperation, and ingenuity. Each layer of earth conceals a story of resilience and resourcefulness, a hidden engine that sustains the ecosystem above. For in the darkness and shelter of the underground, the savanna's pulse beats just as strongly, weaving together the lives of creatures great and small into the fabric of this remarkable land. Across the vast expanse of the savanna, one force reigns supreme. Water, rivers, lakes, and ephemeral pools carve ribbons of life through golden grasslands, dictating the rhythms of every creature beneath the sky. In the dry season, the land contracts, a mosaic of cracked earth and dust, where only the hardiest plants cling to survival. Here, waterholes become the stage for a daily drama, drawing animals from miles around. Herds of wildebeest, zebras, and elephants march for days, guided by memory and instinct, converging on these precious oases. The air vibrates with anticipation as thousands gather at the water's edge, each driven by thirst and the promise of survival. But abundance breeds competition. Territorial disputes erupt between rival elephant bulls, their tusks clashing in displays of dominance. Hippos wallow in the shallows, fiercely guarding their chosen pools from intruders. Crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, patient and unseen, waiting for the unwary. Predators, too, are drawn to these liquid lifelines. Lions prowl the fringes, watching for the weak and the distracted. Hyenas skulk in the shadows, ready to seize any opportunity. Even the smallest creatures, birds, insects, amphibians, depend on these shrinking puddles, forming a tapestry of life that pulses with tension and hope. As the rains return, the transformation is swift and spectacular. Rivers swell, flooding the plains and awakening seeds long dormant. Frogs emerge from hiding, their calls echoing in the night. Fish dart through newly formed channels, while waterbirds descend in flocks, feasting on the bounty. The land breathes anew, every life tethered to the rise and fall of the water. Yet the balance is delicate. Too little water, and famine looms. Too much, and floods can sweep away nests and burrows. The ebb and flow of water shapes migrations, determines territories, and governs the cycles of birth and death. In this ever-changing landscape, every creature's fate is written by the water's edge. Here, beneath the blazing sun and starlit skies, the true architect of the savannah is revealed. Water, scarce, sacred, and sustaining, binds together the destinies of predator and prey, the grazers and the hunters, the seen and the unseen. It is the lifeblood of the land, shaping every story that unfolds upon these timeless plains.